Hello everybody and welcome back to my first video in about
115
days. The last video I introduced my new project of Pigeon Goose, and I've been working on Pigeon Goose a lot more just because, you know, I've had the time to. I haven't had the time or the availability to record and document it, so sorry about that, but I'm here to catch you up on the project, and I'll probably be making some extra videos on some more depth on certain mechanics that I've been introducing, but this is just a general brush stroke just to show that I have been working on it since the last video. I just haven't had the time to upload any videos about it, so it might look blank here, but if we click play and just hit F11 for full screen, I do have a full-on play screen. You know, we can get all this. I've got a cutscene and everything, but I'll just exit that for now. Bunch of errors at runtime, of course. F11 again, and then I'll just go through each of the maps. So for this first one, it's the urban map, and as you can see, it's a lot bigger than I was thinking, to be honest. But if we do play from here, I can show you a lot more with a messed up camera apparently. Just play. There we go. I did have the camera originally, as you can see in the bottom right of the viewport. I did have it where it was the left and right mouse button to change it like a 45-degree angle, so it'd be sort of like this, and then you click it once, it would go like this, either direction. But with the feedback I gathered from my university course, it was a pretty bad camera system, to be honest. It really disorientated the player, so I changed it, but I just haven't had the I haven't been able to change the widget yet. As you can see, I'm hiding in the bush right now, but this goose right here has a vision cone, which took the absolute piss to actually implement without it breaking. As you can see, it still folds in on itself to break quite often. You can see some little line cracks and stuff, and it doesn't go flush to each of the objects, but it works just fine for what I need, and it changes color when, like, depending on the state of the enemy. You can also see that height messes it up pretty bad, but that's just fine as well. So if I escape the vision of it, it goes orange because it's trying to look for where I last went, and it should do that for about 20 seconds or 5 iterations of, as you can see what it's doing now, like looking around corners and stuff. So when it goes back to passive, the cone will change back to the original color, and it should go back to where it came from, like the patrol route. Yeah, as you can see there. But if I press C, as it says on there, I can release like a coup, and the cones then go yellow, and they investigate where the sound was. It's got a pretty big radius, in all honesty. So as you can see there, 3 geese showed up to investigate, where the third one was actually in that corner over there. Actually, oh no, the third one was over there. But yeah, I've also got these fight mechanics down as well, so I'll just get attacked by this guy right next to this berry bush. So I've got a little Niagara system playing when it does that. Yeah, it still tracks me while it's down, but it's down for like 20 seconds. Can't get hurt by it while it's down. But I can also eat and get the health bar up. And you'll see on the controls as well, I've also got an F key for a certain mechanic. So let me just get a bunch of these trained. And then once I press F, they should all run away scared. There we go. It's like a little fox cardboard cutout that you place down. And it scares them in a pretty big radius, like the investigation thing. Like the chirp, the coup, or whatever you want to call it. And yeah, this house, it does definitely look a bit out of place in the middle of the road, but it's so I could test the mechanic of camera shifting. Camera shifting, would I call it that? I suppose word association with looking at what I am looking at, it's camera shifting, but you know, it's just so you don't get stuck behind the building. I don't believe this like a pub looking building has it. So just attack me, yeah, whatever. So if I was to stand like here, as you can see, it blocks the camera pretty bad. So it's just a test for that sort of stuff. So if I hit the bus, it goes to the next level. I should probably make it a lot more obvious, because that was another bit of feedback that I was gathering, and players didn't seem to think that it was obvious enough to know where you're going. At the minute it is just loading. There we go. So this is the second level. It's the suburban level. You start in the back of these gardens. You can go up these flower beds, but there's also a hole in the fence here with a goose waiting to attack you. So if I just, yep, get attacked again, and then fall down. Oh damn. I can come over here. I've also got these signs. Yeah, I didn't mention this before, but I've also got these signs illuminating when you get like a certain distance close to them. And the intention is that you follow the blue arrow, but in the third level, it's not really as obvious. And I've also got some really empty space here. Like, it's not really used, especially this corner right here. It's not used at all, which I'll probably end up finding something to do with it, but at the minute there's nothing there. There's also no like objective other than getting to the end where the bus is. So there's places like this one where I intended for there to be like little collectibles to boost your point score, but for the first prototype, there's nothing there other than, you know, the geese attacking you and you've got to avoid them to get to the bus. That's the only thing that there is, really. But I definitely intend on having like little objectives put in. I've also got, you probably noticed from the last one as well, I've also got some custom water and all that sort of stuff. So let's just speed through this level, avoiding all the geese. This one's definitely banking on you using the bushes for cover, because if you hide in the bush, they obviously won't know where you went. And then if you really want, you can just scare them off and then hit into the bus again. And the final level that I did for the demo was this like dark level. So there's all these like fireflies. You're intended to follow these, and I did notice it was a bit dark. So in the dark spots, you can see the character itself actually illuminates. Maybe I should put that feature on the geese as well. But this is where the signs become a lot of a big issue, because you can't really see where the blue part of it is. That's why I tried to illuminate it as best I could with a light behind it, but there's probably a better way of doing it, so I'll try and incorporate that at some point. So if I just speed through this level again following the fireflies, so you can see I'll come around this corner. I've also got this apple cart real quick, where if you do get hurt, you can get infinite health upgrades, health back. So if I go up to this, there we go. And that source doesn't run out like the bushes do, because the bushes are like a one-time use. On the second level, I actually forgot, but there's like an apple tree as well, which you can eat from. And this is another aspect of where the camera cut-off thing was helpful, because as you can imagine, in this enclosed building that you have to come through, it was very hard to notice where your character was. I think if you stood here with the original camera setup, you could see your character if it was at this angle, but any other angle it would just get blocked by the walls. So it does take away from the true isometric look of it that it had before, but I feel like it's a much better change for the game's like playability and like player experience and all that stuff. It just makes it a bit easier, you know. And there are some little tweaks that I need to do just so that I can, you know, like for this, for instance, it cuts off the floor as well, where that's probably not an ideal thing for it to be doing, but there is a setting that I can put in to change that from following a few tutorials and stuff. But yeah, it's mainly stuff like that the whole camera system was changed. I was told by a few people like they did prefer the 4 camera angles, like the 45-degree angles, which would keep it a lot more isometric of a look. But you know, it's fine as it is at the moment. I feel like this would be good for the more casual player, because as I said before, the original camera system was very disorientating, so it might not be as appealing to a regular player. Because it does provide a bit more of an unnecessary challenge, to be honest. So if I complete this now, I just felt the need to make a little parkour section just to end it off, which this was way harder with the 4 camera angles, so that's another reason for it. So obviously it looks a bit messed up here, but if I go full screen it looks a bit fine. It's just some text talking on it being a demo and stuff, and that I am still working on it. So if I go to the main menu, just click play again, we'll be able to watch the full cutscene. And just while this is playing, I did want to talk on my work towards Pigeon Goose. Yes, I haven't uploaded in like 90 days. I think it's like 94 as of recording this, which I am a bit ashamed of, to be honest, because I do want to, you know, pursue content creation alongside game development, just so I have a form of recording changes that are made, like devlogs and stuff. And I also do it on like Discords and all that stuff. But yeah, I'm hoping that I can start posting, maybe if it's even shorter stuff, like 10-minute videos and stuff like that, instead of this one will probably be like 12 minutes by now. I don't know how long I've been talking at the minute. But yeah, short videos like, I don't know, 5 to 8 minutes even. Like, that's a lot more manageable with the workload that I've got at the minute at college and stuff like that. But there's one more thing that I wanted to show, which was just the death screen. So if I just find a bunch of geese to attack me, you'll see the death screen, which I've been told is the worst of the widgets because of the colouring on it, which makes sense, but I can just easily change it, so it's also fine. Yeah, as you can see here, there's another apple cart and stuff like that, just so if players need to, which I didn't notice in the testing that they found, so I might change the location of this one. But you can just get infinite health back. I'm not going to do that yet though, because I want you to see his death screen. There we go. Your feathers got plucked. You can just retry and it restarts the whole level. And it doesn't really speak on what I want the final version of this to look like, especially even for the demo, because I want like a proper menu system and all that. Let's just get rid of this house real quick. I want like a proper menu system and all that, so you can actually select what level you want before you get pushed into this first one. And it's just the little stuff like that, like especially the objectives. That'll probably be something that needs to be put in before the demo is actually released. I also need to get like a Steam page and all that stuff set up, which I'm hoping I can get done this year, definitely. Over the summer break, I'll definitely be able to get a lot more work on this done. And as for my other game, I am going to be working on that in the background as well. So if you see a similar video for that, where it's more of a catch-up, then honestly, just don't be surprised by it, because I won't put it past myself to just work on it in the background and then upload a video similar to this one. But as I said at the start, I do want to do some smaller videos talking on the mechanics in a bit more detail, like going through the blueprints and all that stuff, maybe even some of the materials or textures, because there are some interesting ones on here, like the water one. I used 2 tutorials for this one and just sort of merge them together. This is like an alternative to, I believe, this one. Yeah, Water Alternative 2, from different videos, and just sort of merge them together. It's just the little stuff like that that I want to probably provide a lot more detail on, especially stuff where I didn't find a lot of tutorials to follow for myself, like the vision cones. I found, I probably want to say like 5 videos that weren't really helpful to how I needed it, especially with like the height being a factor to add into all of it, because a lot of the vision cone videos relied on a height map which was just the same across the whole level, but I wanted to add some depth into mine, so I had to find something for that. And as you can see, it's still not perfect, but yeah, I'll probably be able to provide some more insight on stuff like that. What else? Maybe like the Niagara system thing, because I found a lot of tutorials for it, but they're all like an hour long for the first initial tutorial stuff. And I can talk more on stuff like EQS and little bits like that, because it was a learning experience for me, so I'm hoping me making some videos will make it a bit more of a learning experience for other people, should they come across the video, of course. Yeah, that's my catch up for Pigeon Goose, but this video will probably go up, and I wouldn't put it past myself to not upload another one for about 30 days at least. Thank you for tuning in, especially so much on the last video. We've got 400 views, my best performing video ever, but I really appreciate that. And again, sorry for not uploading in such a long time. So with all that being said, feel free to like the video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to stay tuned to my 90-day gap uploads, because that's more likely to be the case than not. That would really help out the channel and let me know that there's still some sort of engagement with it. Feel free to comment what your thoughts are on the game so far. I'm hoping to get a demo out this year, like I said, but I will be tuning in a lot more when I can about the updates for it. So yeah, I'll catch you in the next video, guys. See ya.